Hey feminine, let's go ahead, jump right into this reading, my love. Let us see what the messages are that Spirit has here for you on today. Please do keep in mind, y'all, these are general messages. Only take what resonates with you and leave the rest. Dun dun dun. Thank you, Spirit. All right. Whoa. We have revenge. This card loves to come out. I saw water sign. It could be because someone has a lot of emotions about something. We have admire. Okay. They feel like the two of you have an emotional bond. And they're reminiscing. Okay. You could have been with this person before. Or the two of you discussed getting together. Maybe that's what you thought was happening. They thought was happening. Something. They're thinking about good times. Thinking about you. Dwelling on something. Okay. Dwelling on something here. We have options. This could be somebody that was a player. That was just doing them. Had a lot of options. Didn't really make it seem to you as if it was going to be what you initially thought. Or what, you know, they were saying or something. But this does feel like a soulmate, though, with the butterfly energy. Okay. Somebody who hides their true feelings. They put on the front for others. They like to please people, satisfy other people. Okay. So they may do this to maintain a certain image, obviously. All right. So this could have caused you to just straight up distance yourself. And perhaps they feel like you're doing something to get revenge. Like you're only doing something to get back at them. Okay. Getting even, you know. You felt like they were a player. You felt like you were an option. So that's where they're coming from. Okay, we have gift. It says dates, letting you know, surprise, and thinking of you. All right. So person wants to give you something. They could have tried to make something better by giving you something. All right. This is someone you feel may be a little immature. Like there's an issue or a problem. Instead of confronting or dealing with the issue or problem, they go around it. Okay. And so you just got to the point where you stopped trying to deal with it or you stopped trying to fix it. You are now just leaving it alone. They don't like that. Again, they feel like you're doing something to get revenge. But it feels like this was the option or the choice you were given. Somebody was doing them. They were juggling connections between you and others, you know. So, let us see. But we definitely have thinking of you here twice. So, somebody's thinking of you and sending you telepathic messages. They feel a emotional bond, but you feel like this person is immature. They put on the front to please and satisfy other people instead of doing what they really want to do or what's really in their heart or doing what the two of you discuss. So you're just making decisions based on, you know, the facts that have been provided to you. Okay. Five of Wands is conflict. All right. Clashing egos, clashing feelings, thoughts, what have you. We have the Seven of Pentacles, investment of time, energy, effort, etc. Okay. The Five of Swords. You feel like somebody is selfish, only thinks about them. Okay. Nine of Cups. They desire for you to return. They want you to come back here. Okay. They want you to cooperate, work with them. But you feel like this person comes with a certain energy. You just don't know if you want to invest into. Yeah, we have Two of Cups again, soulmate energy. But Three of Swords, disappointment, sadness, heartache. Okay. So nobody wants to feel that just because they want to deal with someone. It's like, no, you would rather not. Okay. That's what's here. You would rather not. We have the Queen of Pentacles. You would rather stay grounded. Okay. You would rather remain in this like stoic energy, so to speak. Okay. We have the Emperor, but this masculine really wants to get your attention. They really want to get through to you here. So, you know, the Five of Wands feels like they're doing just about any and everything that they can to get your attention. But if we look at the first card and then we look at the underlying energy, okay, this says childish behavior and this says immaturity. So even though this person presents to others this emperor, again, that's the image, what you're getting through the actions, through the facts of what you've experienced in this connection is this person is immature and they don't know how to deal with you. This Queen of Pentacles, okay? Queen of Pentacles is very mature. So we have the Eight of Wands. Okay, Eight of Wands is communication. Yeah, I feel like they're doing just about any and everything that they can to grab your attention so that they can have a conversation with you. And they're not going to hold anything back. Like, they just want to let it out. Whatever they're feeling, they're going to let it out. Whether it sounds pleasant or not. Okay? They just going to say it because this is how they feel and they want you to know how they feel. That's what I'm getting. Okay? Eight of Wands is also progress and movement, like in an onward, upward type of way. And Five of Wands is conflict and disruption. So this person does not like the idea of you progressing forward, moving on kind of thing. They don't want that. Ain't no moving on. Okay? Ain't no moving on. And the Seven of Pentacles, as we know, again, investing our time, energy, love, effort, whatever it is we choose to invest. This person is seeking to get that from you. Okay? That's the point. Okay? I want you to invest your love, your energy. Yeah, see, Three of Pentacles is devotion, teamwork, be on the same page. Showing someone recognition. They like, hello, hello. You know, like they want your attention like that. It's almost like, again, when we go back to the immaturity thing, you know, when a child wants your attention, right? And it's like, they're like, hey, look at me. Look at me do this. Look at this that I found. Look at this that I know. Look at, you know. And that's what children do. That's cool. But this is a grown person we talk about that's doing this to get your attention. They're acting out. Okay. Queen of Cups is a nurturer, so they might feel like you're not giving them that, you know, that nurturing energy. This is somebody that is well loved, okay, because they put that energy into themselves and the universe pours it into them as well because they're giving this love to others, right? And Eight of Cups is emotional withdrawal. So you just got to the point of straight up, again, Three of Swords, Eight of Cups, disappointment with the situation that you removed yourself and your energy. Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Cups said, oh no, because the thing that the Queen, even though stoic, right, the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords have that in common, right? But the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups are both nurturers. So even if the Queen of Pentacles will nurture in ways where it's not so emotional or lovey-dovey, but more so practical, if that makes sense. Like making sure everybody has everything that they need, you know, like that's how Queen of Pentacles would show her care and her affection, and you know, she's very generous in that essence. Okay, but the Queen of Cups is like, oh boo, cry on my shoulder, oh you got a boo boo, let me get to bed, like, you know, that type of thing. Like, so you know, they're not getting that. They're more so getting, I don't know, if you're giving them anything, okay? Like, you're not giving them anything, all right? The energy's still there, but because they like to be soft, the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups, if this person is not someone you feel like you can be that with, you're not going to be present. And the Five of Wands and the Five of Swords, the Five of Wands like somebody coming in and beating up on something. Five of Swords is no different. You know, Five of Swords is often a card that represents like abuse and fighting and things like that, you know. So, yeah, Five of Wands is like people who just disagree just to disagree. A whole bunch of chaos, a whole bunch of conflict. You know, you, this person, that person, none of y'all agree. None of y'all get along. It's that type energy. So if you always feel like that's what you're being met with because of this person wanting to wear a mask and put on a front, that's weird behavior. So you remove yourself from this weird behavior, you know, from being around it or being present for it or something. So the Nine of Swords is them being in their head, okay? Now it's like they're being haunted by their thoughts. Something was inevitable, okay? You don't treat a person any old type of way and expect them to stay. You're the Hermit. So you distancing yourself, again, ghosts, like we saw, is not, you know, to harm the person, but because you felt like you were putting in a lot of love and that's not necessarily what you're getting back. Okay, now it's better to give than to receive. This is true. But you don't want to receive that. Five of Wands, Five of Swords. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the bare minimum, appreciation. But Five of Wands and Five of Swords is not giving appreciation for any nurturing, love, or care that the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups could have been showing or giving this person. See, it's inevitable. We put it in there. We shuffled the heck out of it. It came out. It's inevitable. Because you don't treat a person, however, and just, okay? So, the Moon. Somebody could be headed towards depression. Okay, we have Temperance. Yes, we pray for their healing. Temperance is an angel, okay? Divine timing, divine alignment. This person needs to find their center. They need to balance themselves within, okay? They need to do things to please and satisfy themselves and not so much everybody else. We have the Ace of Wands. Okay, they're praying for a breakthrough. We're praying right along with them. Okay, they don't have to ever get you back, have you back, things like that, right? That's not what we're like praying for. We're just praying for their healing and their overall well-being, right? You can decide if you want to allow this person to come back in your life or not. Okay. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. It's the energy that's here thus far. Okay, as far as whom we could be talking about, the energy or the elements that are involved. Okay. With those queens. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, King of Wands. Okay, so again, action. This is, I mean, if they want a breakthrough, action. They can't do that, though. They can't do the same thing they were doing before. All right, we have Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles is a slow plan, okay? So someone wants to do right by you, but they need to get a plan together. They don't need to just come, you know, trying to force their way into your life, because that's not going to work. Again, the Five of Wands, the Five of Swords energy is what they brought. You detached yourself. Fool card. In comes this person. The Tower. You not accepting less than or whatever it is that this person was trying to give you. I feel like it's putting it out there for them how selfish they have been. Like maybe this is helping them see a truth about themselves that they were having a hard time seeing. Because Judgment is a wake-up call, reality check. The Tower offers spiritual growth. Whatever it is that occurs, it happens to make way for better things. Queen of Swords. So even though they want you to invest, again, you're coming from this place of, does it make sense for me to do so? Okay. The Chariot. Like you're thinking clearly. It's how you see it. Okay. The Chariot is about putting something into action and truly moving forward. The Empress. So this is their wish fulfillment. Okay. But you're putting something into action and moving forward here. Page of Wands. So again, this person will be reaching out. Communication. Okay. Incoming communication from this Two of Cups energy. They're hiding their pain, though. They might not mention it to you. Still wearing this mask. Ace of Cups is here. But this is what they're hoping for. This is what will make them happy, you know? This new beginning with this Empress. Okay? You like, are you still coming with this 5 of Wands, 5 of Swords, 10 of Wands? Because that's stress. That's exhausting. Okay? 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, you be done blocked that right on out. The Strength card. Okay, yeah. You have finally overcome something here. And it's like you don't plan on looking backwards. If you had to pick or choose, 7 of Wands, I thought you would just stand your ground. Okay, you would just stand your ground here. 3 of Cups, but they're still praying in some way. If they can't be a lover, okay, let's be friends. It's something like that because they really do feel like you make them happy. However, that 5 of Wands and that 5 of Swords, I don't know if they ever really going to be okay with that, though. Like, they might say it, but here's the 6 of Cups. Yeah, every time they go to think about, you know, the feelings or this or that, the past, anything like that, they're going to try to circle that block. Okay, 8 of Swords, because they can't get over you. They can't get over your energy. That's what I'm getting. Okay. I don't know how you feel about it, the Hangman, yeah, but the Hangman is like being stuck, trapped in something, judgment. This is what they come to realize. Now, it could be because you have helped them realize things about themselves and helped them grow spiritually, like we was talking about earlier. So because of that, of course, you're someone I'm always going to remember. You're someone I'm always going to love, always going to admire, have a great deal of respect for, you know, things like that. I realize in what way me being in that player energy or wearing a mask to please and satisfy others, juggling connections, whichever one it was, could have caused me to have interference with you as to where maybe I don't get the same access to you ever again. And that's come out earlier, right? So double emphasis on that message, right? 5 of Pentacles is blocking something out, and the Strength card is finally overcoming something, right? And maybe you thought you would never overcome. Maybe you thought you would always be into that, oh, this is going to lead to commitment with this person type of energy. But nope, okay, and the 3 of Cups, again, wanting to reunite with you. If I can't have the 2 of Cups, then maybe we can have the 3 of Cups. But every time they get back to thinking 6 of Cups, 7 of Cups, 5 of Cups about the past that the 2 of you had, they get emotional. And they're going to always try to circle that block. Because 8 of Swords, the Hangman, that stays on their mind. That loving, you know, connection that the 2 of you had and how it made them feel. Stuff like that. Okay, so if they've never experienced it anywhere else and they won't experience it again, they're going to think about it. They're going to want it. They're going to reminisce. Okay, that's what's happening. But as this Empress energy, I feel like you're just staying chill on your throne here. Okay, you have yourself in alignment with the things you desire. 9 of Cups right underneath that. So you shall be getting all your heart's desires here. Okay, wish fulfillment for sure. It says, sometimes I stay awake thinking of you. See, that's that 8 of Swords. I want to make this happen. I need you to give me a sign. All right. So they're waiting on a sign from you. And you over here like, I'm moving forward. You know, I'm thinking of what's next. You're not thinking about that energy because you don't know if the person is coming true. You don't know if they're coming true or they're coming in the same energy they was in before. Okay. But it says, the more you love on yourself, the more I fall in love with you. So, well, that ain't really helping, child. Okay, you like, I'm moving forward. I'm still in my Empress energy. I'm going to chill on my throne. Not helping. Making it worse, actually. Alright, it says, all I need from you is trust. When I tell you how I feel for you, do you even believe me? Child, some of you don't. Okay, some of you really don't. You feel like the person was very immature about how they handled things. Tried to play all innocent, like they don't know what's going on or what they did. But how could you not? Okay, again with the gift. Something about doing something and not handling something direct, but trying to just sweep it under the rug and be like, oh, well, I'll do this. Like as if whatever it is they were doing or giving you was going to make up for what they didn't do. You know what I mean? Or something like that. But it says, can you see yourself building a life with me? I see you as my partner in all things. And this comes out over the Empress energy, which, by the way, is not just divine feminine, but is wife, is mom, is homemaker. So for that to come out right there, okay, and we kept seeing this Emperor. They do see you this way. But again, with this wearing this mask, that's just not going to work for you. Okay, something like double agent, double life. Okay, you and I will be together again soon. Do you believe me? But they're stuck on that. Remember I said it's like they feel like they're stuck on you? I've spoken to those who are the closest to me. They know the truth. So they keep it hidden from you, not from them. Okay, maybe because at this point, they know that's why you're not dealing with them. Wearing this mask. Alright, don't let nobody touch it unless that somebody is me. Remember, they're watching you. I can't help but want you all to myself. Okay, so again, even if they say, yeah, let's just be friends, is it really ever just going to be that? When this is the underlying energy here, they'll say, yeah, let's just be friends, but this is how they're feeling. Okay, there's no let's just be friends about it. Look, let's get away from everything and everyone just for a little while, love. Nothing came out yet about just being friends. Okay. Nothing like that. Okay. The closer we get, the more I want to explore every inch of you. Will you open yourself up to / for me? So again, with that Queen of Swords energy, you know, you're not letting this person in anymore. They don't get that nurturing love and affection anymore. All right. It says, I'm loving your big goddess energy. Okay. But they can't deny that you radiate this energy that shows how much you love yourself. It makes them want to do more, love on themselves more. All right. It says, I love that you can pull on my handle. You make me want to do more. Okay. Make them want to do more in life. Do more for themselves. Do more for you. Do more for others. It says, I thought I would never love again. Now I'm not even sure I've ever loved before. Okay. 222. So again, all this juggling connections could have been because none of them were satisfying. They get to you, can't juggle. There's a reality check. There's a wake-up call, okay? The Five of Wands, they could have been trying to fight it off every which way because it was out of their comfort zone. It was out of their norm. It was out of their usual. Well, Spirit said it was time for a change. That's usually when towers happen. So you could have been the tower for this person to help them wake up to their own ways, the ways that they were blind to because they were portraying a certain image. You know, I'm wearing a mask, but my identity and my character, who I'm pretending to be, may not be who I really am, you know, with the mask on. So underneath it all, though, this person's over here crying and sad and this and that. Okay, I feel like maybe you saw certain patterns. You've witnessed certain patterns from this person. Okay, again, that could have caused you to distance yourself. Something you just didn't like. It caused a lot of stress, a lot of burden. Okay, and you want to stay in your big goddess energy. In order to do that, you have to feel light. Okay, cannot feel light, feeling burdened and weighed down by somebody's BS. Okay, so that's what I got there. There isn't anyone else who could ever make me feel the way you do. Like I said, if they've never felt that way before, if they feel like they're never going to feel that way again, that's why. Okay, and there it is. So those are the messages that I have here for you at the time. I pray that this helps you. I know it will. This was your reading or you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. And if you have not already, go ahead and subscribe. Peace and hair, Grace.